guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. The sun is rising over Cornoe and we finally have this area up and running. I'm still waiting for a name, by the way, so please do drop your name suggestions for this area in the comments down below, because we've got some pretty funky route names like WD and stuff like that. Now, that's some comments. Thank you so much for the comments. One of those comments is, in fact, that we should not be doing this. So let's have a quick look at our line. And what we'll do is we'll remove this item here, force the citizens to step out of this vehicle at this stop. So as rightly been pointed out in the comments, that what happens is those people then go and stand on the platform over here at the end of their journey. And when they run out of time, they go and work anywhere they can. And if they can't, they just disappear, basically. So it will, in fact, limit our ability to move people here. But what we can do instead is we can assign from here. So let's just save that for the time being. We're going to do something completely different, by the way. And here, what you can do is you can assign citizens to go to various buildings, okay? And that's probably more along the lines of what we are going to do. Anybody getting off over here? No, we've run out of people. So the idea, obviously, is that this doesn't really work. So I think what we'll do is we'll set up a separate line. So we'll go out of we'll go back and view this line. And what we're going to do is we're going to remove that last stop from the line, because it really just, well, actually, it's okay. We don't have to remove it, because in some cases there may be some people left, and we will pop them in. What we do need to do, though, is we need to give them some workers to go over there. We do seem to have a reasonable amount of people ready to go at practically all times of day. So we can maybe just buy ourselves one more train set here. Again, if we go, and I think it's just the stock standard train set, like the cheap one over here that we're using for everything, which is a reasonable speed, right? 120 is a little bit quicker, but anyway, we don't need this one to be super quick. So we're just going to go and grab that one, and we're just going to do one line that goes back and forth. And because we're going back and forth, we're not necessarily going to stop at some locations. So we're not going to go through the what is this thing? Can't remember. What is this thing? The end station. We're not going to go through the end station. So just remove that. Come back in here. We're going to load up some people. Workers predominantly, because that's what we use, and we're gonna pop you in here, in which case we're going to go ahead and unload the workers. Presumably we should have enough, but I think part of the issue here is we're gonna have to, at the very least, send some people to this stop so that we actually have people in this location to work on construction projects when we start doing it. Okay, so I think that is pretty much it. So let us go into that line. We're gonna go ahead and save the line as the, this is just gonna be construction workers, no, prefab workers for now. We'll call it that for now. We're not gonna be crazy with any of these kind of things. So with that in mind, we can go ahead and let the journey start. So hopefully that will work, no problem. There might be some delays every now and again to have something done, but other than that, it should be okay. So hopefully we're going to start seeing some stuff going on over here. Now this guy doesn't have anything provided to it, and what we can do is we can limit the amounts, and we'll reduce the aluminum for now, because we really don't need it. We don't have anything else in there, but what we can, look at that, it's very minor amounts. Okay, so we actually, to be honest, before we get any further away, we need to do a little bit of construction work. Okay, hang on. Let's go ahead and assign these. Add buildings. Add other unspecified buildings where citizens should go. That's a bit of a weird one, right? So what is... Oh, I see. Okay, so we want people to go there. We want people to go here. Probably we want more people. Actually. We want something. Excuse me. We want something like that. Anybody? Yeah, here we go. Now we've got people there ready to go. What's happening over here? Yeah, we need more people to be heading to the prefab spot there. So maybe something like that is going to be reasonable. 30% of 300. Yeah, actually, it needs to be less than that. 25%, something like that. And actually, this one should be even less. Because that's like 15 people that we need to go there. No drinking water. Okay, we need to start working on that. But with that in mind, as these guys get dropped off, like tons of people, 200 people ready to go to work. Okay, we're going to lose them in due course anyway, but presumably we should be able to make them work. They should be able to go to other stuff as well, I think. But anyway, what we want, right, is we now want to start some construction projects and actually run the construction from over here. We've got, I think we've got everything. We've started work on the coal mine. The coal mine is underway, and actually we've got everything on site. We've just got some workers that's running there now. So did I have? Hang on, let me just have a quick look. We have buses, right? So our buses should be running, taking people that way. I wonder if they came to pick them up when they were here. Oh no, they're gonna come in and pick up people now when there's no one. Oh no, nothing whatsoever. Anyway, get back on track with regards to water and sewage. So let's have a bit of a look here. So if we were to quickly say sewage connections, so we could run a bit of a sewage connection over this way. So let's come and add to the switch. Let's go with our slightly larger variety there. I think let's have a look at our levels. Ooh. What is our level situation here? We just need to double check that before I get too crazy. So 8.75 and over there 11. So we're not going to flow up in that direction, right? Which is kind of why we have this issue here anyway. But I'm definitely not building completely new infrastructure for this. So what we'll have to do now is we'll have to give ourselves a bit of a sewage pump. So what are our options? These are switches, right? So any kind of sewage pumps. Oh, here we go. So what is it? 11 and 8, right? So the 5-meter pump should be completely feasible, right? So that's one. What is this one? They're all kind of the same, isn't it? 7 meter? No, they're all the same. So let's just give ourselves. We need to be mindful that this one now needs to be in a different location. Anyway, I think the 5-meter sewage pump in a spot like this should be okay. Even over here, it should be okay. But then where is it going to go over here? So we need this one to be lower than that one. Okay, so we do need it in this location so that we can have it run that way. Okay, so that's the one thing. Then we can go ahead and tie it up over. It requires proper slope. It's a pump, right? Or is it actually not doing the whole pump thing? Let's demolish that. Try it one more time. Maybe there's something wrong with that specific one. So we're after a sewage pump. So these are all kind of. Oh, it's switch. Is this switches? Oh, these are switches. Okay, hang on. Don't go crazy. This is the pump. Sewage pump. So the sewage pump in this location should be just fine, right? So let's quickly have a look. That shouldn't be any issues. So this should be fine, right? Okay, so obviously this doesn't quite work, right? This just doesn't seem to work. So let's go back and go to the stock standard variety. That came with the game, right? That one that actually uses some power to link up into that direction. We'll get the pump. We need to be mindful. Actually, let's do it all the way down here. We will have power there. So So let's do it all the way down there where we'll have power. Okay. Then what? Oh, hang on. Okay, hang on. What we should be able to make work is then we can grab ourselves one of these guys. It should be able to work in this location over here. Okay, so something like that should be absolutely fine. Should be able to tie in like so, no problem. And then we should be able to tie in like this. How come it's not giving me the slope thing? This is higher, but this is a pump, right? I don't know what I'm doing wrong here now. Hang on. This is gonna be, I must be missing something very silly. Oh, you know what? I'm doing it the wrong way around. This is the problem. Okay. Cancel all of this stuff. Let's just cancel the pipes. And what we'll do is we'll cancel the switch here. I'm doing it completely the wrong way around. Silly. It needs to go over here. That's where we need to get the pump in. So go back, get the pump. Obviously the pump is having it deeper and then bringing it upwards. So let's just go with the 5 meter difference right over here. So we'll do that. That should be okay. And then we should be able to just do the stock standard switch kind of somewhere over here. That should be maybe over there. Maybe that should. We want to make sure to have this pretty low, right? So let's see if hopefully this works, right? If we do that, the lower level over here should be fine. No? Is it not quite right? 11.6? What? Oh, 4 point. Really? Ah, okay, so, okay, hang on. 11.6 and 4, it means that we need to go for the 7, I think. Okay, so let's just try that. I'm measuring it from the surface when obviously I shouldn't be doing that. So you measure it from the lower level. So let's go with the 7. See if the 7 helps us out here at all. If we do that, good, we're figuring it out now. 7 still doesn't want to work. So 8.5 where it ties in versus what? Versus 8. Okay, versus 8.2. Okay, so it's slightly still not going to work. Okay, well that's okay. Let's go even deeper. We can. I don't think it costs much difference whether we're doing the 7 or the 9 or the what have yous. No. And hang on, that's the wrong thing. I'm being silly. I'm being absolutely silly. I'm wanting this guy. If anything, that side needs. I'm completely losing it. Okay, so with that guy there, what is the level that we're after on this side? The level here is 4.6. Okay, so we need this thing to be at much lower than it is at the moment. So let's remove that. Come back, get the actual pump in here of a reasonable level, 9 minus 9, so it's a nice deep one. What does that level look like? 4.97. This one is 4. Oh my god, it's still not going to work. Oh, it's going to work. That seems to finally work. Okay, and then that should work. What? You've got to be kidding me. This should work no problem. I mean, it's not. Why is that so low then? This is not right, is it? Well, that's not going to work. That's not going to work at all. I don't know why this is killing me. This is really killing me. I'll have to kind of trim back this entire thing. Otherwise, it's just not going to work either way. I'm kind of. I need to move on. things are. Let's just go with the stock standard. Let's go and grab this guy right over here. We'll put it in there, and it will do the trick, I'm sure. Yes. So the modded stuff is struggling. I'm struggling a bit to figure the modded stuff out, really. In reality, that's all good, working as a charm. So that is the situation. Now, let's get ourselves a sewage tank or substation of sorts over here. I believe... Oh, this level is not... We need something like that, where it's going to be a bit higher. And we'll do that. And what we'll do is we will go ahead and tie that one in like so. We'll get that to work, and we'll go ahead and get all of those in place. And what we'll need to do, let's pop up above ground and quickly just get some paths in place so that everybody can start construction. So hopefully these guys should jump into action straight away. They are assigning construction, right? Auto assign? Oh, they're not. It's auto search for some construction nearby. There we go. Jump in, guys. Start doing some work. Lots of people around. Not over there now, though. We do lose people out here pretty quickly. Are we out of power? Buildings without drinking water. That's the only issue. And I guess this one is coming in to drop some people off. So as soon as people are dropping off there, we should see some buses jump into action over here also. Right? You are picking up people from where? Let's just double check that we're understanding where you're picking people up. Yeah, it is this bus station. Right, so why? No one is asking for workers? Oh, here we go. They actually naturally came to come and work here. That's okay. Not that I guess there's nothing to do there at the moment. But anyway, we should get this stuff done pretty quickly. And the next round of people will be able to go and work there. We do actually still have workers doing their thing in all of these locations. Okay, now let's quickly do the water side of things, which is a slightly easier. We do have that section there. Now let's just get ourselves... we're not using pumps. We're using the switches, right? Water switches. So we'll grab ourselves this switch. Is this... no. We've got some better switches over there. So if we just go about doing this will naturally kind of slope into this direction. That's okay. I guess this spot over here is going to be just fine. And what we'll do is we'll grab some of this, run that into there. And then we obviously need a bit of a water substation, maybe kind of just a little something over there, and we'll get some water going that way also. Come on. There we go. So all of that should kind of work. Let's pop out from underground, and we'll put some paths in place here to get all of this to start working as well. All of that should be quite constructible now. Okay, that's good. There we go. So now that is working. We should have everything running over here. We should have this guy full. This guy's filling up. This guy's nice and full. Yeah, we are bringing in coal. So we're not having coal here at the moment, but this thing's full already. So we're okay. We've got boards around and everything is nice and up and running. I just want to see one thing that I kind of thought about in the last episode was, can we move dry bulk into here? We cannot. So we'll need a very separate train station for dry bulk should we decide on that we're going to need that. Okay. So all of this should now start to construct. We can buy some extra vehicles over here if we need to. This is built. So basically we should be in pretty good shape to be able to go ahead and do some stuff. Now, let's get a deconstruction office going on here. This is a demolition office. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that you're getting your workers from over there. No explosives for this time. Construction waste can be dropped off in this location, I guess. Everything else actually can go and be dropped off in that location. We don't have any kind of We don't have any kind of construction waste, basically. Okay, so that's good. Everything seems to be running. So now we can really start going nuts with doing some additional construction items. Now, I do want to start going across the river because the next big thing that we're going to need to do, how's this going? Reasonably so, reasonably. This is a passenger ship bringing in some tourists, so that's fine. So what I want to do is let's make a start on some of these things because now we've got tons of construction activities that we can go ahead and assign. Let's, if we have a quick look at our active construction, we can certainly make a start on this. This is okay. Let's do that. Let's start this one. An extra construction office. Oh, I'm sorry, a distribution office is never a bad thing. So we do need to actually set up this entire thing again. So this guy will work there. That's fine. Come and build it. That's fine. Let's just see. Do we have everything we need in here? Clothing and the like. So everything should be okay. People are pretty happy. That is good. And do we have workers over here? We always seem to have workers over there. All of this is working. We've got a hospital over here. We've got this guy working. We've got this thing built. People are loving their sports halls. Now, can I quickly have a look at just building a little bit of extra pathway over here? And this, yeah, this can tie in like so. So that should be just fine. So let's do that. We'll get that assigned. We'll get various construction officers to come and do that. So they'll start working over there. This is okay for now. And all of these are nice and full. Now, what we will probably need to do is go underground here quickly. These are okay. We can kind of build over them, give them some additional other pathways. Okay, let's plan out one more extra area here. Should be pretty reasonable. So let's quickly do that. Okay, we should now. Okay, so with that in mind, if we wanted to do this and that should give us some place to work with there. Now, okay, let's have a look. So what is the next? Let's give ourselves some construction projects at least in terms of a bit of this. So what are we kind of using? So I guess I don't want to use any more of that. I might do another round of those. Or alternatively, we can do some of these guys. I guess that's reasonable so that there's some variation or variety in what we're putting on offer. So it is this stuff. Yeah, that's the one. So it's the ones up there. It's the kind of modded ones over here. So let's have a quick look at what we have available in this space. So we would have something a little bit smaller on this side. I guess the corner kind of units would be something like that, right? Okay, so it's actually those. They're slightly smaller. Okay, well, let's do that. I think a corner unit here makes a lot of sense. It seems like it's almost built for this area. So we'll do one like so. We could have a look at getting one to go in the opposite direction like that. I don't want to get too crazy with kind of interlacing them. But yeah, something like that makes a fair bit of sense in terms of shape. Okay, so I don't mind that too much. If we then go back, so it's these guys, right? They're just a little bit too small. So if I wanted to do something bigger, yeah, it's these ones. So what does this actually look like in terms of people? 126, 144, 250. Yeah, I'm not sure I like the super big ones. I'm much more of a 144, 190. This one, yeah, still they give weird shapes if it's that long. 270. Anyway, this is the number for us here. I think something like this. How are we aligning it? So we could do that, right? Where we align it like this to match those shapes. And I think maybe that's the right thing to do. However, I would like to completely flip it around, like to that direction, so that we've got the other side, yeah, facing that way. And we could even pull it back a little bit to get something extra in there with regards to like bring this one forward just a little bit. And then what we'll do is we'll flip another one around and we'll do this one on this side over here and have it nice. And we'll do some better paths in that area there. Let's do a little bit of this. Just pull it back to that. We'll do a little bit of that. And then we might do 2 more of these guys, right? That's the one. Just as a little bit of a corner unit there, actually. And maybe we kind of end it like so as a bit of a cluster. So now we'll leave room for something else to actually happen in here. Okay, so what we need to do is let's quickly clear out some of these paths, which I know I've kind of just replaced. But let's build some proper pathways through here. So I guess what I'm after is something that can run in through here. Okay, so we'll do something like that. We will continue to extend this path kind of generally in this direction. And what we'll do is we'll kind of do a bit of a tie-in. Do a bit of a tie-in like so. And then we can also do somewhat of a tie-in here, to be honest. So if we were to, can we just do that and we do this, yeah? Just hug it around the corner there. We've got a pretty nice little angle of attack over on this side. And that should work quite nicely to get us to the university over there. So let's get all of those assigned so we can start the construction of that. At the same time, we can actually start some construction of other items. But let's quickly have a look. So what will we need definitely in this area? We'll definitely need some level of garbage control. So I'm kind of wondering if I were to trim back there, right? And if I were to trim back a little bit on that side, maybe what I can do is I can get a garbage in here. And maybe that will be accessible from quite a few locations. So if I just get this one that's kind of accessible. Oh, and we do want to provide a reasonable amount of space so that these guys can actually get a pathway through there. I think that may be okay. Okay, so let's do one of those. Okay, we want to make sure we assign some construction activities there. Okay, so we'll get that one going. We probably need another little something like this on this side. So let's see if we can squeeze another one in. Right over here, maybe. Would be awesome if we could get it to work. I think we can. We do something like this? Could we? Oh yeah, we can. Here we go. We'll get one going on in there. Excellent. So that should be pretty good. And then let's have a quick look. If we go to kind of the schooling side of things, maybe one of these. Can we squeeze? We can squeeze one in. I would, however, like to get it a reasonable angle, though. Does not want to give me that angle. So I may have to. Let's try it one more time. Can we get it pretty tight and close here? Oh, there was something. That works. Okay, if that works, we're going to use it. Oh yeah, that's fine. Let's get that going. We could even start construction on it, to be honest. By doing that, we can make a start on that construction there. Okay, so that we've got a kindergarten in play over here straight away, and we probably need a nice big old statue as well. Now, I do see we've got some new statues here. They're not quite the kind of statues that I think will play well here, but it's good to see that we've got some options. What is this battle monument? What? Why is look at this guy's pathway? So the battle monument has got a pathway all the way in the middle of nowhere. So it's basically a way you can build something, with something far away. It's okay. We won't be doing the battle monument. Maybe the Kiev. No, we've already got that one. This one. Yeah, maybe something like this isn't too bad. We just need to be mindful that we've got those paths there. But that would work okay. So if I have another look, this is giving me reasonable influence, 3% over a 300 meter area. Let's do something like this. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and get that one moving with a little bit of a gravel bit and piece there. All of it is moving pretty quickly. Now look at these guys go. Okay, excellent. So that gives us some level of monument. What we would also like to have is maybe a little bit of open space for people. It's going to have to be small. Oh, that works. The tennis court works. Maybe this will work too. It's not too... It's maybe a little bit too tight. Maybe if we do... Oh, no, let's do a smaller kind of tennis court, maybe. Kind of like that because it's kind of in line with the rest of the stuff here. Let's leave that one there. We'll give it a bit of a pathway over there to tie in from. We'll get some of the crews to come and work it. So anyway, we're starting another little section of area that people will be able to live in. That's going along pretty nicely. There's some other bits and pieces and areas that we can kind of start construction on. Maybe we should go ahead and do that. We don't need that. We will go ahead and do that, and we will assign some construction over here, please. Let's quickly make a look over here. So there's some other activities here. So we can, if we go underground, for instance, yes, we've got these. So let's make a start on that and that one. Yeah, that's okay. We can start construction on this also. That one is maybe a little bit far away for now. But we can make a start on that, right? It'll do something at least. So our teams are underway. What I'll also do is I will start construction over here. So let's go ahead and assign construction and get going on this. So these crews will come and make their way, do some construction activities on that side. Okay, so everything really is okay. Let's have a quick look. Let's pause it for 1 second, right? We'll go back and have a look at the previous months of activities, right? Last month, our import of resources is pretty expensive. We did export a vehicle for $1 million, which is helping us a lot. But if we look at our exports, right? So we're still overproducing clothing, which is great. Mechanical components, absolutely. So we're not going to run out of clothing, right? We're overproducing clothing. That's why we're exporting it. So that's not going to lead us into happiness problems. Mechanical components, less important, more of a construction item. But anyway, we're actually actively set up to do that. So it means we still have steel as long as we're exporting that. Power, we're exporting power, though it's very difficult really for me to say how much power we still have available. But as long as we are exporting power, so we need to come and have a look every now and again. So last month, 74,000 in terms of power. If that drops and drops and drops, we'll need to start looking at additional power sources. Alcohol, yeah, food. Food is the other big ticket item that I want to make sure that we're always continuing to export, because it means that we have spare capacity, and then bitumen as well. So that's okay. So that's reasonable export products, but we do need to get to the new oil refinery, the new oil fields, and the likes. So So that's kind of one of the next big ticket items. We can also start building some of these things, but there's lots of construction activities underway at the moment. But it's looking pretty good for us. It's looking pretty good. Now, we have still a few rail items here that could maybe use a little bit of construction. Something like this little slither and that little slither would be good to just finish off so we don't worry about that too much in the future. So let's grab our rail construction crews, which shouldn't be doing anything at the moment. Yeah, I think so. That's the case. They're not doing anything. Let's get them to start construction activities over here. They can come in from this side and then make their way to that. So let's them do that section, and then we'll let them come back and do this section. I guess that's what we're aiming to do. Hopefully that's not going to be too disruptive. It shouldn't be too disruptive for our current activities. So that should be good as well. Okay. So that's looking pretty good. Everything here is going. We still have no water here because we've got various bits and pieces of construction underway. But that's all good. Now, one of the things we need to do is we need to get over here for iron. And, oh, this is oil and the refinery. So really, it's right across here. I see these are built, but I guess this must have been built using cash. Because I can't remember actively building them, and they look like they're really funnily constructed towards the end of things. So I think in some kind of click somewhere, I must have built these by accident. Now, obviously, it is using our own money, so not the end of the world, but yeah, it's not exactly the way I would have liked it. But it does, however, mean that we're in a reasonable spot to continue our journey. So what I might do now is let's quickly switch on our levels. Before we get too crazy with our roads here, let's have a look at what we can do to get this rail across. So the plan, I think, here is to get this rail to also go over this way. Probably we don't need to loop it this way around. So I would love us to. So maybe what we'll do is we'll push this road in the other direction so that we can actually land the rail in here. We need the rail to actively come in for the oil. So this is the oil and its refinery. I can't remember what I said this was going to be. So that's the oil. This is the refinery. And this is the iron mine. And that's about it, right? There wasn't anything else. Let me open this. Maybe I can see more from this vantage point. So we've got oil and the refinery. I guess what co-locates with oil? Nothing really. I mean, we've got the bitumen that's there. Maybe just large-scale distribution, to be honest. But we've got the port and the central hub over here, I guess. Our biggest question around this area, we're too far away. We're not. Maybe we can actually, let's do it. Let's try and run workers from there to the oil refinery. It may actually work if we have a direct shot in here. It may work. Okay? So let's have a look at that. Let's have a look and see if we can get the oil refinery to go. One thing that we do need to bear in mind is that we've got this canal kind of running through here now. Okay. Got that running through. What we need to see is, are we running it up this way, or are we running it through that way to connect it over to this side to the port? I guess maybe that. Or are we turning it a little earlier? Well, we'll be able to come take it through here as well. So we do need to have a bit of a look. So if we come in over here, it seems pretty logical maybe for us to just connect it through this and then continue there, as opposed to trying to dash it through here into there. Actually, I think this is a little bit nicer, I think. And then we'll just leave these kind of rough areas in place the way it is, and then we're going to have to get the canal to come through this way. Okay, so I guess our canal is going to run in through this area. So maybe let's put some path down here to kind of indicate where our canal is going to go. Okay, so that's the canal. The rest here is going to be road and rail. Okay, so let's get out of there. I guess if we look at it this way, right? That's a pretty direct shot to over here, right? But we need to bear in mind that we're going to only be able to serve it. So let's give it a shot. But I also still want to make sure that we're actively creating an area here where we can actually land our rail coming across this roundabout. I think that's kind of the plan. So let's have a quick look. What is our level on that side? If we take the level tool, the level over here is about 26. The level down here is about 17. So in reality, that's a pretty good clearance. So what we want to do is we want to maintain a 25. Yeah, if we do 25, 26, if we do 20, 25, 26 over here, that should be fine. Now, let's see. Do we have stuff in the range? We do not have stuff in the range, so we need to bring stuff over. So let us... The building on fire. I hope it's not a problem building. Construction office on Cornoe border. Yeah, that's not going to be an issue. Okay, let's get one of these free depots in place here. Oh, we've got a full complement of them already. Well, let's clear out one on that side. Maybe we could just park the stuff in there. But anyway, we'll bring it over here. Oh, you know what we should do? We should do this as well. Oh, they can't easily get here at the moment. I need to work a little bit on this. Let's quickly do that first. I don't want to have this episode be too crazy long. Now, let's get rid of these paths. Okay, let's do that. Let's get rid of this and of that. And we know obviously what we want to do. We want to put some. We want to put this guy. We want to get this guy out over here. Did I break it? Oh man, I shouldn't have done it. Oh no, there's something there. There is something that'll work there. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so that's the one. I still need to get it up all the way over there. Ooh, see, this is it. Something like that is kind of the idea that I had with this, right? Let's have a quick look at that. It's pretty natural, actually. A pretty reasonable natural slope that we're grabbing up on that side. And then similarly, we'll do the same thing on this side. Try and get them to come off at a reasonable angle. Where did we have this? Oh, we had it running down there. Okay, well, let's see. If we were to do exactly the same location, right? No, that's not what I had in mind. If we do that, right, and then we start kind of slowly moving away. Excellent. That seems to be quite useful. That angle there seems to be working. And we'll come kind of straight in on approach, and we will tie in like so. Right? That's pretty natural? That's pretty natural on both sides. So I guess we can start building those two. I don't mind them as a bit of a single lane off ramp into the area. I don't mind that at all. So let's go ahead and start that construction. We'll get the road construction crews to come and build this. Ooh, hang on, before we get too out of whack here, can we please tie these together so they build them all at once? Let's just make sure we build the entire sections of both of these all at once. so that they can use that. What I'd also would not mind doing is just assigning these guys to the construction times here, because there's lots of vehicles over there that can help that construction item there. Now, with that in mind, where can we get some of those crews to come closer? We'll just have to put it over here. So let's get this guy over here, and we'll move. Well, these guys are so slow. Well, we're gonna have some slow vehicles anyway. But anyway, let's actually, to be honest, let's just buy. They're gonna want to go back and get refueled. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Let's just buy a couple of new vehicles. We want some bulldozers, so let's grab 2 bulldozers, and we want some excavators over here, and we'll grab these quickly ones. Okay, so we've got some of those guys going on. So now we've got another crew ready to go, and the idea is we would want to please get us up to about the 25, 26 mark, right? We want to come from over here. So let's do 25. 25 seems to be number for us over here. So let's do a nice and natural curve. We'll try and get it to go in at about this area. Yeah, it's practically there. Here we go. We're done. Now, level from the center, please. And then what we'll do is we'll just slowly kind of drop it a little bit down like this, right? That's kind of the plan here now. Just to start giving us some indication of levels here, right? So that we slowly start to connect these things together. Just to level from the center again over there. So that should be fine. So what I'm after is, and what do we have here? We don't have the, yeah, we don't have those. So let's continue with this. Okay, so what we're after is let's do a little central straight section right over there so that we can get a reasonable tie-in point. Now, we can't bridge it directly from here is our issue. So we can't do that, right? And we can't do this either. We can do that, but there's nothing to tie into. Okay, so that's the issue that we have here. So what we'll need to do is we'll need to level the rest of this terrain just a tad so that we can actually get these little stubs out. So what I'll do first is I will get rid of maybe not that section. Maybe we'll get rid of this section. We can fairly easily tie back into that. We can tie back into this as well. Let's not let that bother us right now. So what we need to do is we need to raise in this area. We'll need to raise this level just a tad here. I guess something like that. Right, something like that is okay. So what we need to do is try and find a little slither here where we can get our stubs out. And maybe what we do is we don't do the F4 is okay. It'll probably need to be a little bit further. So something like that. And come on. Okay, let's try that again. Let's not do that side. Let's do it from the other side first. Let's do something like this, like that. Okay. And then we'll do, we need our F4 switched on. There we go, right? That's reasonable, right? That looks actually, that looks pretty good. Now, what I want to do is let's try and level this terrain out down a little bit again. If we go back and trim this to a reasonable spot, right? And let's level it here a little bit from that center. There we go. That's going to be good. We'll level that. Now, the idea is that? I mean, that's reasonable, isn't it? But I might want to move it up a little bit so we get a little bit more straight going on here. I think so. I think that's the plan. Let's quickly drop out of this. We'll go back. We'll get rid of these two again. And what we'll do is we'll move this hill, level the terrain from the center. We'll move this hill over this way. Okay, right? What we'll try and do is we'll try and align up absolutely perfectly with that. So what I need to do is I need to go straight here and then do that. I think that's pretty reasonable. If I do this, it should be straight. That's it's pretty straight. If I wanted to try something else, so let's say maybe, I don't think we need massively fancy bridges in here, but they don't necessarily want to work. Let's try something else. So that one seems to work, right? So if we do this and we do that, we don't seem to get that one to work. So pretty, I think it's reasonable. Let's cancel the bridge and let's try, if we were to do this one, actually, let's start with that side. That side just doesn't want to work. Maybe it's the issue with that side. This wants to work. Okay, so it's fine. Let's just go with this. This is the it's a reasonable one. Yeah, that's good. I like that. We'll be able to pretty reasonably deal with this one. Now, if I were to just quickly go and level things out a little bit more here, and we kind of average it out here. Ooh, that's not really necessarily what we're after. But basically, what I'm keen on doing is running this down here. So that's okay. I think it's pretty good. No, that's okay. So I think that will work as is. What we just want to do is let's clear out this pathway and understand where we're gonna run our rail. Okay, and we might have a bit of a loop running in here anyway, just so that there's a loop of operation, but it does act as a turn into that direction. Loop from here to there might not in the future be something we're after, but anyway, we want to run this guy straight across here, right? So let's make sure we provide at least what that will look like. Now, from a roads perspective, I think we'll have to provide road activity on this side for this guy. And this one will just go straight across and we won't bother it too much more. But we will have to cross in this location, but we'll kind of figure that out. So for the time being, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to provide, so if we do that, so I'm guessing that is about the kind of spacing I would like in between, four lanes of spacing there. So if I then do this, we have a pretty reasonable parallel track. It can kind of work pretty nicely there. We've got a pretty good option there. Yeah, let's try it in on this side. Yeah, that's okay. Don't really have the option to do it on that side. But anyway, I think that should work. So we'll put one in there and one in there. And that gives us a pretty nice loop to get these guys all the way back over there. Oh, the one thing that I did miss out on is I didn't put back my my road connection. And I guess what will happen here is if I get rid of these two and put the road connection back, it should be okay. Let's just try that ever so quickly. But let's try and be a little bit more kind of aggressive with it then maybe. Let's trim that back a little bit more, right? We're kind of hugging this one here, and then we're going to try and tie that out like so. I think that should be fine. Right, that looks like a pretty good little section there. So let's try this again. Oh, beautiful. It basically takes out the one pillar on that side, which is okay. It's a reasonable spans, these. Okay, so I guess that is our layout set up over here with our road network on this side. We can make a start on that construction, and we can get the crews to come and start working on it. In general, we can now also start working on our road connections over here. So let's come and nicely sort them out. I would love us to get our road construction crews in over here to come and work on this. Doesn't seem... Oh, I paused the game. That's quite a while. Interesting. Okay, what I could also do is I can also go ahead and assign it from this side and say, guys, do a bit of this as well. And then we'll start to be able to get our oil refineries and stuff built over here. The question mark will be, can we get people here? Okay. Now, what is my alternative? We'll quickly talk about that and then we'll end the episode. So we can leave this in here because we'll need to have a look at nice flat areas. Like this, for instance, winter is on the way. Now, I could be tempted to run something across this way, right? Maybe even over here. But we won't want to do that. We maybe want to do something, but it's going to be, and it needs to be a high bridge. So I'm guessing we're not going to want to try that. If anything, maybe we'll be constructing on this side. But okay, so what are we going to do? If we can't get people from here to here, do we think that it's reasonable to do another city in that location? Or should we actually start to have a look at maybe something on this side instead? Because we iron their port over here. There's no real big activity in this location. But I kind of would like to continue to extend the city around this area, around the canals and everything over here. I guess a large extended city here might be quite useful, and then we can start running in various areas. We can also fill up a lot more kind of industrial inland areas around here, and then continue the city out in that direction and maybe do some city elements on the edges there. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. So I guess plan B is going to be, from what I can see here, is we'll do another little town city arrangement in this location. So it's not super accessible. It's not super accessible, but I guess that's what makes this interesting. We will then just need to have a look at, well, we'll obviously have to tie in on this side, get the road connection in from there, but we may ultimately end up bringing an extra set of bridges through here, in which case we might actually run the rail in from this side as well, to run the rail through the center. You would want to do that, right? So it can be pretty narrow in this area, so maybe we can just do another set of bridges to cross the canal over here. It seems sensible, and then we can also bring in people to come and work on some of these things, even to come and get to the mines. Obviously, the mines becomes quite a big thing for us, right? We're still struggling to fill up the coal, right? But it's because this guy, yeah, so we're using the coal pretty quickly over here. But all of these are remaining full, so I'm not too fussed by it, right? I'm not too fussed by that one being empty, apart from the fact that we're not building any concrete and the likes, okay? So we're not getting anything. Well, this is... I don't see us struggling with this, right? We are. We're not getting coal to come here. That's the issue. That is the issue. How are we not done with this? Can I just go underground ever so quickly? So that's built. This is not even started construction, right? So why? Who's not building? Why are you not building this? Can you please? Is that is connected, right? Yeah, go and build it. Give you some more room. Go and build it ASAP. We need water. These guys aren't doing anything because they don't have any water, and we haven't given them any kind of distribution here anyway. What I might do is I might say, guys, that thing's been built. This guy, we don't have everything we need over here, right? We've got some of it, but we don't have everything. So let's do what we do have. Cornoe Road Cargo Station. So it's both of these, right? It's atomic, industrial. Anyway, let's see if we get everything we need. If we do deliver here, what are we not going to get? Okay, so that's kind of the first issue. Let's have a look at this. Let's see if you're coming to deliver here. Oh, we wanted to do. Okay, actually, you shouldn't do that. Let's just cancel that straight away because we shouldn't be delivering there at all. Trim this back for me, get rid of that, and what we're after is we need another little cargo station in here. Don't pause it all the time. Little cargo station, I keep forgetting things. One little cargo station over here, something small, I mean warehouse. Something small. I guess we're not going to have any other room than that. How much room do you have for like steel and stuff? 20 tons of steel? Should be reasonable. One more look at this. I don't think we've got anything else that's going to... we could. Let's see if we can squeeze this one in here. Come on, buddies. Let's try that again. Really? We're really just not going to make it work? Oh, it's pretty close. Really? It's just not going to work? It's that close? Okay, do we have any? I don't think we've got anything smaller, to be honest. Everything else is bigger. So this is really the tightest we can go. That actually almost works. If we were to... Oh, I paused it. If we were to do... I don't think that'll work at all. Try this. If we were to squeeze it in right over here, if we were to do that, or can we get this to work? No way, not even close. From the back here, not even at all. Okay, so that's definitely not an option. Let's just get something in place. We don't necessarily need, just like why didn't we? That's going to be an issue as well. Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. This almost wants to work. But nah, it doesn't want to work. Okay, anyway, let's just get something connected in here. Okay, let's do... Really? Flip it around. Try it again. There we go. Get that in place. Get the crews to start constructing so we can get it all built. Okay, well, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Again, the end of this episode. We do so many things that costs us so much time. How's this going? All of this is kind of moving, getting us over there, over the line. How did we go with these guys? Oh, they're done. Nice. I like it. I like it. I like it. So with that in place, oh, they finished that thing completely. So we can go back and let's quickly assign that. Otherwise, we're going to forget about it. This is where I want to be. I want to be over here. Quickly grab this guy and just say, come and do these 2 sections for us. I think you can come back, do that and do that. Hopefully you can just go there and come back. That should be hopefully all good. Then we've got those sections moving, and then we can maybe start working on getting them to come across here. That would be pretty awesome if we've got that in place as well. And there's plenty of work for them to come and do on this side also. Yeah, so this is actually doing pretty well. Okay, good. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. Remember, I need some naming suggestions for all different kinds of areas. So please do give me some name suggestions. Also, the new oil area. Do you have some interesting thoughts on what that could be called? Happy to see all of that come our way. This construction is also slowly starting to happen. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.